there clan, and welcome to another installment of Dragon Age Watch. In this installment I'm going to be talking about the live stream that Mike Laidlaw and Cameron Lee did on Monday the 29th, showing off the character creator and a little bit more gameplay. I'm also going to use a little bit of footage from the character creation demo. If you haven't seen the character creator live stream, I will leave a link in the description. You can go watch the VOD on Twitch. I highly recommend if you want to get a grasp of the character creator. I'm only going to briefly talk about it. No, that's not a product placement. I just forgot it was on the screen. I'm going to talk about overall what's involved in it and give my overall opinion on it. That's really about it. Other than that, stick around and enjoy. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the character creator. Mike Laidlaw and Cameron Lee did also do a Q&A, but the character creator they decided to show off on the stream. This is the first time we've actually officially seen it. We've seen sneak peeks of it, but this is the first time we actually got to see the full thing, like from start to finish. We didn't see any intro sequences, they didn't spoil that luckily enough, but they did show off basically the character creator from when your Inquisitor stands up. And what they showed off is the fact that they showed off the different. Well, like the first thing they showed off was the cards. You get to choose between male, female, of course, and they showed off the cards in which you pick your race, your class, your specialization, which mostly deals with like what weapons you start. The thing that they showed, I like the art of the cards, but the thing that really stood out to me was the fact that there's another option besides race and gender. You will also get to select which weapons you'll start out within the game. If you choose, like, for example, a rogue, do you want to be a dual-wielding rogue or a bow or an archer rogue? That'll depend what weapons you start off with. Mage, you'll start off as a mage, of course. Or warriors, two-handed blade, or sword and shield. That was kind of interesting that they did that to show that you're going to start off with specific equipment. I did like that. So that was very interesting. And they did also show off, they only showed off the human and the Kunari. The elf and dwarf didn't get much love, except for in the character creator trailer, which they did show off some of that. But primarily they showed off the elf, the human and the Kunari. Now, I'll talk about the human. Basically, the character creators had a bit of a major revamp, in my opinion. It is a lot more detailed than it was in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. It has sliders and also has a way you can. It also has an adjuster, which is basically put within a little box. Say you're adjusting the ears, you want the ears to be pointier and an elf, or you want them to be out far like that, like Dumbo ears, and yes, I do have Dumbo ears. Or you want them to be more in like that, or you want the nose to be a bit crooked, or you want the lips to be pouted like that. You can actually adjust that to. It isn't just like one type of nose. There's 1 nose, 2 nose, 3 nose, 5 nose, 6 nose, 7 nose, 8 nose. You actually pick a default nose and then you can adjust it using, of course, the analog, or if you have it, the mouse. And that was very cool that they're actually allowing you to do that. I can definitely see a lot of people having a lot more creativity in the character creator this time. I can tell you right now, I'm going to spend a good amount of time with the character to make sure my Inquisitor looks pretty cool. The example they used, that if you wanted your warden to maybe have a bit of a bent nose up here, like maybe he broke his nose in a fight, like I know my warden would have. My Inquisitor, I'm sorry, I know my Inquisitor is going to have a little bit of a bent nose, I think, because he's going to have been in a few scraps or two. Or if you want to have him like a scar, you can actually, instead of having like the scar, you can have like a scar down your eye. You can actually have a scar placed on the eye, but then you can adjust it so it goes down, left, right. You can have the scar from here to here that was meant to be up to here, or you can have a whole face scar. It's pretty cool the fact that they're allowing us to do that you can adjust it. That's very, very cool. I do like that fact that you'll be able to adjust it and make it be a lot more unique with your aspect of it. I do really, really like that aspect, that you'll be able to adjust everything on the fly. I really did like that. It showed off a couple of hairstyles and all that, and a couple of the beards. We've got handlebars, people. We've also got the gentleman. I did like that. That was very, very cool. I got to give them major props for showing that. And then Cameron Lee had an absolute ball, making his Inquisitor look like a drag queen. I'm not kidding, go check it out. I'm not going to show it here, but go check it out. He literally made his Inquisitor look like a drag queen. He gave him like pink and yellow makeup and all that. You can actually give your male Inquisitor makeup now. How awesome is that? If you want your Inquisitor to be very flamboyant, you can. Because in all honesty, there's not a problem with a guy wearing makeup, by the way. But I don't like that. I like the fact you can now give your male Inquisitor makeup. That's pretty damn fucking awesome. Major props from the letting us do that. So you can have your Inquisitor have black lips if you want. I'm gonna give my Inquisitor fucking makeup. Y'all know that. But I do like that. I'm really really glad that they allowed us to do that. The character creator they showed off basically everything. Now the thing that they did show off also is the fact they also showed off the female Kunari. They did also show off the two voices, the American one or the British one. I'm probably gonna go with the British one or the American. I have to actually hear more lines from both these. Like if I'm going to be a female Inquisitor, I'm not too sure yet if I would do that, but I'm probably going to go with the British one, Alexa Wilton Regan. Who's the voice of that? I think that's her name. I know it's Alexi. Alex, I think is the. It's Alix. I think that's how you say it. I think I would probably go with her one because I'm not too keen on the American one, but I'm probably going to go a male Inquisitor, so I'll have to hear both of the Inquisitors properly first. So the Dead Shaw here gives a little bit here of the voice, but Cameron and Mike were talking a lot, so you couldn't really hear the voices clearly sometimes, but it was a live stream, they had to talk and describe things, and I really do appreciate it. I'm not complaining. But with the Kunari that they showed off the different types of horn a Kunari have. You can have a hornless Kunari. Now, they did say there is a restriction, however. Kunari horns and hair are pretty much the same thing, sadly. Which is a bit of a disappointment. I was hoping that the horns and the hair for a Kunari would be different. But I do understand why they do that. Because if someone has horns out to here, they can't exactly have long flowing locks down to here. The Kunari hair is very short for Margaret. They do have some long hair down to here, but for a Kunari it's understandable to have fairly short hair. I hope that there's more hair options. I really, really do. I was hoping there'd be a lot more. And also, let the male Inquisitors have long flowing locks, please. I want long flowing locks on my Inquisitor. But it did also show off that your Kunari doesn't just have to have perfect horns, like pristine horns. They can actually have broken horns, lopsided horns. Maybe your character's a Sarabas and the horns were cut off. That kind of thing. I did like the fact that there's a bit of a good range with the horns. It did also show off the makeup for the female Kunari. And I may have misquoted, but I did hear that apparently each race has a different set of makeup types. As in, like, the male humans have makeup, the elves have elven makeup, the dwarves have the dwarven caste symbols and all that, and the Kunari makeup, which is actually poisonous to all other races. Talk about sacrificing your life for your beauty. But yeah, I did like they showed off quite a bit of the Kunari one as well. That was a major plus for me, in my opinion. We did get to see more of the character creator of the Kunari. It's very detailed, and the same thing, you can adjust everything. I did like that. Say you want your Kunari to have purple hair, you can have purple hair, because now there are some restrictions to colours in there. You can't make your Inquisitor pink. I'm sorry. Even though within like 6 months there'll be a mod to make your Inquisitor pink. But you can actually have different tones. The skin tones are restricted. Every race has their own set of skin tone. You can have an onyx coloured Kunari if you wanted, which I'm probably, and all the time when I make a Kunari I might just do that. You can also have a really pale guy like me. Like, you could literally probably make this skin tone in the game, which is probably what's going to happen with my Inquisitor. I'm going to make him fucking a pale elf or pale Kunari, depending. And by the way, I keep forgetting it's not Kunari, it's Korseth. The Kunari race is actually called Korseth. I don't know, but yeah, everyone calls him Kunari, whatever. But I did like that. I did like the different skin tones. The makeup is the other stuff though, like eye color, makeup, and other wee color, hair color. You can actually get a color wheel which you adjust on the fly. You actually adjust it to suit the color that you'd want. If you want to make it pink, you can make it pink. If you want to make it blonde, you can make it blonde, red. Basically, it's an RGB. It's a red, green, blue color wheel. You can make it whatever the hell color you want. And I did like that. This just says, look, on you go, make whatever colour you want, go ahead. If you want to have your Inquisitor have pink hair, you can have pink hair. I did like it. Very major props from introducing that. I'm trying to think what else it is. They did also say that they are thinking about possibly implementing the code system that was in Mass Effect 2 and 3, like the code that was below it, the generation codes that you could use to like literally make your Inquisitor and then share the codes, and it would allow you to do that. I don't know if they'll implement it. They say they might think about it maybe post-launch, but as it says right now, they haven't implemented that. I did like it. It was a very good demonstration of the character creator. I did really, really like it. Very well done on that aspect, and well done by Claylaw and Cameron Lee. They are supposedly going to be doing a lot more live streams, and I got to say I'm hoping for more, because it was a very, very good, good live stream. It was very entertaining, and it was very informative with the character creator. The character creator looks amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm still holding out hopes for a character creator demo. But other than that, I think that's basically everything I've got to say in the character creator. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go and check out the VOD on Twitch for BioWare's channel to check out the full live stream, and I highly recommend it. I'll also leave a link to the trailer for the character creator in case you don't watch the whole VOD. Now they did show off a couple more bits of gameplay in there. They did show off some new things, including a couple of missions, including the Carta, going after a Carta leader, and what was the other thing? I can't remember now, but they did most of the thing they showed was they showed the deep roads a little bit. They actually showed some dwarven ruins in the deep roads, which was very cool. They showed going after Carla. They showed a little bit more gameplay. Described it a little bit more. They also described how the armor system, how the crafting system is going to work as well. You will not only, like for example, the DLC armors that you'll get if you pre-ordered the game or get the collector's edition like I did. The armor that you get, you don't only just get the armor, you also get schematics for the armor. If you really like the look of an armor, you can actually make the armor out of any materials that you find. If you want to make a dragon bone armor out of a previous armor that you really like, you can actually do that apparently, which is really cool. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm a cosmetic guy. My armor doesn't only have to be practical; it has to look good. The same with my weapons, like. I used the Staff of Parfallen in Dragon Age 2 pretty much the entire game because it looked cool. I wore the Champion armor because it looked cool. I wore the Golem Shell armor because it looked cool. Don't get me wrong, I like stats as well, but I do prefer, I like my armor, I like my character to look like a badass. So I'm very pleased that they're actually got that you can basically just make, if you have an armor that you really like, you can keep that armor for the entire game and just upgrade it over time. Major props to them for doing that. I definitely give them props for that. Excuse me. They did show off a couple of wee bits and bobs here or there. They did also say that there is no instantaneous healing in this game anymore beyond like a spirit healer mage. Your health does not regenerate anymore. Well, it doesn't regenerate as much. If you drop, like for example, if your health goes down to like a sliver of health and you just win the battle, as soon as the battle's over, you'll still have that sliver of health, but you won't heal right up off the bat. You actually have to take a potion, or you'll have to have your mage heal you. That's actually a bit more hardcore in a way, as it says. You have I think it's like a maximum of 8 potions. I don't know if you could increase that over time as you're playing through the game. I will have to find out. But I do like that fact that you have to actually do it, and you can actually revive people without using magic. You can actually just go over to them and like do CPR or something, but it's very slow. They stated, like in the middle of combat, say you're in the middle of combat and Varric gets knocked down, but you need a ranged attacker and he's your only one, you could send Solus over to go and try and revive him. You don't have a revive spell with you, and he like does CPR or something and he gets him up, but it takes a long time. It's very slow, very tense, and I did like that's going to add a little bit more strategy to the gameplay, and I do like that. That's going to have to be a bit more strategic in my mind. I do like it. It's very good that they're doing that, and I give them major props for that, for not just having like an instantaneous revive system. I'm sure there will be maybe some form of potion or scroll that will have some kind of revival purposes. They did say that at the end of the Spirit Heal one, there is an instantaneous revive spell, which of course there is because it's Dragon Age. I can definitely see a lot of people having a healer around for quite some time because you are limited with the amount of potions you can carry in your party. I do see a lot of people going to be implementing some form of like they're always going to have like Vivienne or Solus around to heal them because, yeah, unless they're the healer of the group, which depends on your Inquisitor. That was the gameplay that they showed off. They did show off a couple more battles with the Templars and a couple of wee bits and bobs here and there. They did show off some really cool stuff, and I give them major props for that. The live stream overall was very entertaining, and I definitely want to see more live streams by BioWare because the Cameron and Mike Layla were just a joy to watch, and I definitely would love to see a lot more of the development team doing that. I really would like to see more of maybe the unsung heroes of Dragon Age, of BioWare basically, coming in there and showing off their skills and all that. and showing off their games like Dragon Age. Like maybe this is an idea, BioWare, if you're watching. Maybe have a weekly multiplayer thing with the fans. That would be pretty awesome. Playing with the devs, I'll throw me a bone, because I can definitely see that being entertaining. Maybe they could have, and even as is, they probably just have to stick doing the as is. It could be just BioWare games like Dragon Age multiplayer, Mass Effect multiplayer. And maybe another game here or there, maybe other EA games. But I can definitely see that being entertaining if the devs do that. That's an idea I had, at least. If I was there, I'd be, why don't we have like a monthly or a weekly gaming session on there where we play the multiplayer or something like that after the game's launch, of course. That's just an idea, but I definitely like that, and I definitely recommend you go check out BioWare's Twitch page. The ones that the VODs that are up there at the moment are mostly keep Q&As, and of course Sten's got an itchy nose, and the character creators. They did say that they are going to be doing more leading up to the launch of the game. But yeah, I definitely say that was very, very good live stream. Go check it out. The game looks fantastic, and the character creator looks as good as always, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Other than that, I think that's where I'll wrap things up there. Thank you for watching, and to end this, let me ask a little question. This is kind of stealing it from Lady Insanity. I do apologise, Insanity. You can kill me later if you want. Describe your Inquisitor and the way they look. I want you to envision the way, using the character creator in your mind to create your Inquisitor and how they look. Do they have a mark? Do they have a scar? What colour are their eyes? Do they have hair, horns, that kind of thing? I'd love to see you under there. Other than that, I thank you for watching. As always, if you want to keep up to date with this channel and you enjoy this content, don't hesitate to click that subscribe button down below if you are so inclined, or go and check out my Patreon page. Other than that, thank you for watching. As always, I'm Scottish Warrior 92. I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now. Hey there, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, regardless of whatever the video topic was about, because I know I'm a complete nut of tit sometimes. If you want to check out any of my other further content, all you have to do is click on the little Scottish Warrior 92 thing down in the bottom there to take you to the channel and check out the rest of my videos. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, it's just Scottish Warrior 92 everywhere else. And also, if you want to help support the channel, all you have to do is pop in the link in the description to my Patreon page, patreon.com/Scottish Warrior 92, in which if you feel like my content is worth it, you can donate $1 a month to help continue to support this channel and help me make this into a full-time gig. Feel free to go check out the Patreon page to make sure it is to your liking and you actually want to spend $1 a month on this shitty channel. Thank you for watching. Again, as always, I am Scottish Warrior 92, and I hope you'll stick around and may even join the clan by clicking that subscribe button. Thank you. Mwah.